Hello and welcome to BHS-TV News. I'm your host, Amani Wright.
And I'm Nathan from Dover Boulder. Today we have coverage on the March 14th walkout, an inside look into Bowers Farm Camp, and a March edition of Word on the Street.
All this and more, BHS-TV News starts right now. Students and community members of Florida International University are in mourning after a newly built pedestrian bridge collapsed. The bridge was built to help resolve the problem of students walking across the busy streets in Miami. It collapsed in the middle of the day during the lunch rush. Many witnesses said it sounded like an earthquake. At least 8 cars were crushed and 9 people were injured, and unfortunately, 4 people have died. A Florida International University spokesperson says, "The university went through all of the safety protocols required and does not understand why the bridge collapsed. The university used a new type of construction intended to reduce the construction time. It was also constructed to withstand a Category 5 hurricane and was supposed to last for 100 years. However, a week prior to the collapse, the engineer was alerted to a huge crack in the bridge that was ultimately checked and deemed to be safe." BHS-TV News sends our condolences to the families affected by this tragedy.
It feels though it's just tragedy after tragedy in today's world, from disasters like the major bridge collapse to the issues surrounding gun violence. Michael Wiggins has coverage on the March 14th walkouts after the break.
So Environmental Club is basically just a club full of people that really care about the environment, and we do a lot of fun things like fundraisers and volunteering, and we really just try to make a difference in our school and in the Bloomfield Hills community and even in the world.
In 2017, there were 9 recorded school shootings. In just the first 3 months of 2018, there have already been 9. The nation has responded with grief and anger, which many teenagers have turned into advocacy and a movement. Teens are making their voices heard by organizing walkouts and speaking out on social media. At the March 14th rally on the 1-month anniversary of the Parkland High School shooting, student leadership organized a walkout at the courtyard where gun violence and legislation were discussed. At the end of the day, students have some of the strongest voices. When we are heard, incredible action can be taken. I'm Michael Wiggins from BHS-TV News.
It's great to see students from across the nation come together for one cause.
Agreed, Nathan. Hopefully, the walkout is a turning point for our country. Despite your views on the Second Amendment, no one deserves to lose their life in this tragic way.
More tragedy took place Monday, March 12th, when United Airlines customer's dog tragically passed away while on board a United flight from Houston to New York City. The French bulldog died on the plane after the owner was instructed to put the dog in the overhead bins. This is just one of 3 separate mistakes that the airline has made relating to pet safety within a week. 2 other incidences include dogs that ended up nearly 10,000 miles apart from the intended destination of Kansas. Another mix sent a pooch to Ohio instead of St. Louis. United is now taking precaution to prevent more instances from happening in the future. One example is now requiring pet bags to have bright markings on them to indicate the intended destination for the animal.
That's sad to hear. We have to make sure we take care of all our furry friends, from pet dogs to horses and chickens. Patrick Henkel has the scoop on the Bowers Farm Camp after this break.
As many of you know, spring testing starts April 10th and ends April 12th. The state of Michigan requires that all high school freshmen, sophomores, and juniors take the PSAT, SAT, ACT work keys, and M-STEP. So, on Tuesday, 9th and 11th grade students will come to school as normal, with the 11th grade SAT starting at 7:25 a.m. to 1 p.m., while the 9th grade PSAT is from 7:25 a.m. to 11 o'clock a.m. Transportation will be provided for both 9th and 11th graders to take you home. 10th and 12th graders will then report to school from 1:15 to 2:30 for an extended advisory. On Wednesday, 10th and 11th graders will come to school as normal, with the 11th graders taking the ACT work keys and the 10th graders taking the PSAT from 7:25 to 11 o'clock a.m. 9th and 12th graders will have a delayed start. And last but not least, on Thursday, only 11th grade students will report to school and take the M-STEP from 7:25 to 10 a.m. There is a delayed start for 9th, 10th, and 12th graders. For more information, the full schedule is online on the high school website.
Hello, I'm Patrick Henkel with BHS-TV News. Bowers Farm is home to classes such as agricultural science and veterinary science, but is also known for its free summer program that involves animals, new friends, and some hungry campers. Students 14 and older can volunteer at summer camps at Bowers. These camps are intended for elementary school students and run from June 25th to August 10th. Student volunteers sign up for individual weeks and don't have to worry about volunteering their entire summer away.
So our campers do a variety of activities. Everything that we do is authentic farm experiences, from harvesting food in the gardens to cooking with it twice a day. We also have a lot of animal chores going on. All of our activities are very intentional. They're designed for the campers to be able to learn as well as have the best time possible.
So our stewards, not only are they gaining kind of hands-on agriculture experience, but they're gaining a lot of leadership experience. So they're learning what it takes to be a counselor. They learn about initiative, responsibility, respect, relationships. So they're really building a lot of different skills.
I've actually been volunteering at Bowers Farm for about 7 to 8 years already, so it's kind of a habit for me, but mostly because it's more of an escape with the animals and the kids. It's just something fun to do in my free time.
I would say that you should definitely do it because it's fun to work with kids and to work with animals, and volunteering itself is really rewarding to not only like on your college applications, but also, in general, just, doing that in your free time and having fun with animals and kids.
Students who are looking at the farm for community service should definitely look into volunteering at one of these camps. For BHS TV News, I'm Patrick Henkel. Stay frosty.
Bowers is always buzzing with life. I can't wait to take a trip there once all the new baby animals are born later in the spring.
Yeah, Nathan, with the first day of spring on Tuesday, March 20th, I can't wait for trips to Bowers, warm weather, and especially spring break. Nathan, where are you going?
I'm going to Alabama. What about you, Amani?
I'm going to Boston and New York. To ensure we all stay safe, my co-host Nathan has tips and tricks on how to stay safe on your spring vacation.
Unfortunately, sometimes traveling can start to feel repetitive. When this happens, always try and look for new experiences and find out a good amount of research before you leave. You realize there is always a backup to rely on for maybe a place you haven't visited or never had time for. A great airline service which every individual enjoys is Delta, due to the main hub being right here in wonderful Detroit. In fact, if you are heading out of Michigan, a great tip is to have fun and enjoy your vacation, keep an open mind, and try new things. When traveling, scary experiences may occur. An example would be hiking in a dark cave, climbing many waterfalls, not being prepared in the end to jump off into the water. Another example is being on a ferry, heading to an island while experiencing rough waters from a wave which causes the whole top deck to become soaked.
Speaking of spring break, this month the State Department issued a warning against traveling to Playa del Carmen, a popular spring break destination in Mexico.
The warning comes 1 week after an explosive device was found on a tourist ferry. The State Department is also barring government employees from traveling there until further notice.
U.S. officials are in touch with Mexican authorities to ensure that traveling to the popular resort town in the coming weeks will be as safe as possible.
Other international relations are being tested as well. Ava Meyer has an inside synopsis into Russian foreign relations in this month's special report.
If you've had access to any sort of news outlet in the past year or so, you've probably heard speculation about the connections and possible collusion between Donald Trump's presidential campaign and the Russian government. And unfortunately, it is just as messy as it sounds. Today, I'd like to break down what we know and what is still under investigation. Here's what we know for sure. The Department of Homeland Security and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence confirmed that in July of 2015, 1 month after Donald Trump announced his candidacy, hackers backed by the Russian government infiltrated the Democratic National Committee's networks, stealing over 19,000 emails from members of the committee. U.S. officials have stated that this was a direct attempt to influence the outcome of the election and that Russian President Vladimir Putin personally oversaw these endeavors. Benefiting from a foreign government's propaganda initiative is not a crime. However, colluding with that government is. And that's where things start to get murky. Many of Trump's advisors and cabinet members have past relationships with the Russian government. After months of these individuals being caught in lies about those relationships, the Department of Justice appointed a special counsel, Robert Mueller, to work with a special team to look into who, if anyone, should be charged with federal crimes. So far, the most incriminating piece of evidence they have found surrounds a meeting with a Kremlin-connected Russian lawyer that was attended by Donald Trump Jr., Paul Manafort, Trump's former campaign manager, and Jared Kushner, his son-in-law and senior advisor, before the election. Before the meeting, Donald Trump Jr. was informed that the lawyer had incriminating information about Hillary Clinton that she wanted to disclose as, quote, part of Russia and its government's support for Mr. Trump. Donald Trump Jr.'s immediate response was, I love it. Now, U.S. election law states that an American cannot knowingly accept a donation or contribution of any thing of value from a foreign national. Depending on your definition of thing of value, the fact that Donald Trump Jr. accepted this information violates that law. While all of this is suspicious, there is no completely cold hard evidence of definite collusion, and most of what is publicly known does not directly involve the president himself. This, of course, makes playing the blame game a lot more complicated. For now, it is important to be informed, and hopefully in the coming months, things will become more clear. For BHS-TV News, I'm Ava Meyer.
Thanks, Ava. Those international concerns have serious implications for all of us.
To lighten things up, Parker Haysha and Connor Renouche have this month's episode of Word on the Street.
Hello everyone and welcome back.
Word on the street is, it's Pi Day.
That's right, and while technically this festive day is in celebration of everyone's favorite number, we here at BHS-TV News choose to acknowledge the sweeter things in life.
We've prepared some delicious pies for our fellow students at Bloomfield Hills High School, along with some not-so-delicious pies.
Hi there, this is Parker Haysha for BHS-TV News, and I'm here with
Emma Pooley,
Dove Mandel,
Yela McCourt,
David Abdel-Noor.
Now David, tell me, are you a fan of pie?
Yeah.
Well, that's great, because it's Pie Day, and we're going around here at Bloomfield Hills High School and asking some of our friends to taste test some pies for us and tell us what flavor they think it is. Do you think you'd be down?
Sounds like a challenge.
Okie doke. So first, just to make sure you're not cheating, we're gonna have you throw on this here blindfold. Can you see anything?
No.
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Are you positive?
Yeah.
Are you negative?
No.
Good catch. Yeah! Okay, we're bringing out the first pie. Okay, are you ready? It's a big bite. And in. Oops.
Apple pie.
Gotta be apple.
Apple pie.
Apple pie is correct.
Blueberry?
Blueberry was incorrect. That was apple pie there. What kind of pie does it taste like? Now we're gonna bring out our second pie here for you. Awesome.
This is disgusting.
Mouth open, por favor. Here it comes. Mouth open.
They're not good.
What kind of pie do you think this one is, Dub?
Yeah!
Any thoughts at all?
Yeah!
Not on this show, you're not. Unfortunately, what you're eating right now is mustard and hot dog pie.
Napkin 1.
Bring that trash can in here. Oh, it's pie. The trash can is right there. I hope you're ready for another tasty sensation. Okie doke. Here comes the second pie. Mouth open, Emma. Here it comes. And in you go.
What?
What are your thoughts on this one? Now, what kind of pie do you think this is? What are your thoughts?
Really good.
Really?
It's a new flavor I've never had before.
It's spicy.
Kind of like it. It tingles the taste buds.
Ooh, yeah!
That wasn't even pie.
It is hot sauce and dill pickle pie.
Yeah.
That was gross.
That's all today for BHS-TV News. I'm Parker Haysha with... Thanks for watching.
Man, all these pies are making me hungry.
Well, then it's a good thing I got you this pie. Enjoy.
Wow, thanks. I hope it's not one of those wacky ones. Wait, it's not, right?
Well, thanks everyone for watching. For Word on the Street, I'm Parker Haysha.
And I'm Connor Renouche.
Now get yourself to the nearest pie, but not the kind I gave to Connor, because that one's gross.
Wait, what?
For that, Parker and Connor, that was pretty sweet.
On that note, we conclude our 6th broadcast of the year. Tune in next month for more news around the world in your state and in your classroom. I'm Nathan van Dovenbolder.
And I'm Amani Wright. Thank you for watching.